Hello, hello, hello. The sun is going down, but I wanted to show you my safe haven. This is the Douglas. His name is Doug. Douglas fell over in the winter time from a heavy winter storm while we were at the other house. When we came back, Douglas had fallen already. And Douglas was long, very, very long across the whole upper parking lot. And Paul has cut a lot of the Douglas. And Douglas is so heavy. Douglas weighs thousands of pounds, more than a horse. And I'm sitting on Douglas right now. And I put this material on. I'm going to show this. This material here is, I looked it up on the internet. This is called the wire wine. Like wine, drinking wine, but not that type of wine. Okay. It's a different wine. I guess the name wine comes from winding. This is a climbing plant that winds itself around other plants. Not this here. This is rhododendron. Okay. I'm talking about this here. Okay. This is. This has metal inside. I'm not kidding you. Okay. That's why they call it wire wine. And I call it confetti plant. Okay, so the confettis they are all, you can see part of the confettis here. They have dried, so they are, when the plant is growing, those things are very dark, deep green little confettis that are growing on it. And you can see here very clearly how enormously thick and amazing this plant is, and hardy and literally hard wired, like wire. That's why they call it wire wine. So I don't know if it has fruits. I haven't seen fruits on it yet. But Paul had to cut all of this off, like, I don't know, 50 pounds of this stuff, you know. So when you lift this up, it looks heavier than it is because it is full of air, because air pockets, because of this material. It's like lifting up a bed springs, and that's why I put it up on this. On the Douglas. Douglas has two legs here, so this is just the right shape to put this big man of wire wine on here. The wire wine is like, it came off like in one piece. That's like cutting out a bird's nest and everything is intertwined in it. And that's why I think the birds, they like to make nests in this, and they like to use this material for nests, and they live in this stuff. That's their house over there on the other side. Oh, maybe I can show this briefly. I don't want to show the license plate. So from the rhododendron over there, maybe I'll show it real quick. So this is the rhododendron. This is an azalea. As it could be another rhododendron, but I think this is an azalea. These two here. These are all rhododendron. This entire area here. This extends all the way out to the back there. This entire area. And here is my confetti plant. That's the wire vine. Okay. That's how it looks like when it is fresh, when it is alive and growing. Okay. And it is completely taking over the rhododendron and it had been all over there. It had been all over from the bottom all the way to the top. You can still see some hanging there, some dead wire vine hanging there. He didn't get all of that off, but he cut it on the bottom so it doesn't keep on growing now. It had already been growing so much over this railing that it was growing over this window and over the balcony door. It was starting to get dark in the living room. I mean, that's how powerful this plant is. It will literally grow over the entire house. You know, like in that fairy tale. This one fairy tale where, how's that called again? Rapunzel, I think. No, I don't know which one it was, the name. But the princess got stung by some kind of poisonous spindle needle, and she falls asleep. A good fairy came and prevented her from dying, and she said, I have to in order to fix it, I can't fix the whole thing, but I can make it better. I can make the princess sleep for 100 years in the castle. And in order to bring all of her, the entire, what they call Hofstaat, the entire castle along, all the people that worked there and all the family members, so everyone fell asleep on the spot with her right then and there. And they slept for 100 years right there where they have fallen on the ground. And something like the wire vine was growing outside and took over the entire castle, grew over the entire castle. Nobody in the entire village or anywhere surrounding that royal court, nobody dared to go in there. They considered it to be cursed, so people left that alone. And then after then there was, I think it was a wine that even had thorns. I think it was a rose wine, or some kind of rose, or some kind of plants with thorns and they grew over the entire castle. And there, once in a while, there was some prince who wanted to claim the princess, but they all got stung in the barbed wire plants, and they didn't make it through. And these poor princes that tried to get to the princessa, okay, they didn't get through. I don't know what happened to them, if they got tired and left or something. I hope they didn't die there inside of the barbed wire plants. So, but it is just a video game, just like our life is just basically a video game. So that's why I say words carry something. You know, it's like if you make up a story comes alive in the sense that it carries an energy with it. Not that it has an effect on you, but it's there. It can make you remember something from the past. It can make you cry. It can make you look forward to something or wish for something, but it doesn't hurt you, but it carries an energy, so it doesn't have an effect on your body, but it carries an energy. And existence is just a video game. It's a cyber world, okay? Here's the cyber world. Here is the cyber world of the rhododendron jungle. Okay? Rhododendron and oak all growing here, and the confetti plant, the wire wire vine. Here it is growing again with one filament feeling its way into the rhododendron and winding itself like a telephone cord sometimes around stuff. This is an amazing plant. So it is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and it's very sweet. It's like sugar cane, very sweet. And I'm sure it's a medicinal plant also, but I haven't seen anyone write anything about this plant in terms of medicinal properties. So baby powder works very well with cornstarch, works very well to ward off mosquitoes. So I just want people to know this. I always put that on my dog. I massage his whole body with that stuff, and I put it on myself, and it works. They come over, but then they don't land. So this is really good. I got already bitten earlier. I put some kaolin clay on it. Yes, baby dog, this is amazing here. Yes, it is here. And I see they want to come over to him, but they don't land on him. So they don't land on my arm either. This is awesome. This stuff works. This stuff is really super. The baby powder. So you don't need to use any kind of, certainly not pesticides, okay? No, don't use commercial insect repellents. And you can use essential oils, but they're very expensive, so baby powder works. It really does. So this is a live plant, and many princes have tried to get to the princess. So Paul is the prince who cut all of that open. He's not the youngest of all princes, and he doesn't have much luck with the princesses. But he thought, well, to sell this house it needs to be trimmed, and you can see very clearly how broken the balcony is. It is heavy duty. This is demolished. When we first got the house, this whole thing was intact and was completely solid. We were walking on here with our Great Dane. And then as the years passed by and more winter storms came, since 2010, okay, this thing has brittled off one board at the time. And the contractors want $60,000 to fix this. It's like, what the heck? Hell no. No, let the buyer take care of that, right? I mean, so, but anyway, I'm gonna go back to my self-made launch chair. Yes, baby dog. All right. This is real nice in here. We had to cut this. Paul had to cut all of this here also inside of here, because the papa, our European basset hound, he used to go into this. Papa would always fit under every brush. That's how they were bred. They were actually bred to go under brush. So they evolved to like going under low-hanging brush. This is an evolutionary, hardwired in the brain, So it's a genetic disposition, hardwired affinity. Okay, so to go under low-hanging brush and to check everything out. And so the papa, that was very tragic. Papa got bitten twice by a mama animal because he went under this, and there were mama animals in here with their babies, And I didn't even know. Sometimes I heard very deep voice growl, and I didn't know where the growl was coming from. But then I thought, oh man, there is a mountain lion in here, or I don't know if this was a mountain lion or a bobcat, but man, that mama animal had a deep growl. And mama animals are very protective. They don't know that European basset hounds, they're just having fun going under the brush. They don't know. They think that is a predator who wants to get her babies. And she jumped on him and bit him right in the back from the top, with one fang going very deep. Very horrible. The first time it was the cat biting him. That healed up very quickly, and I thought, oh, a cat bit him. I didn't know where. And then the second time it happened again, we didn't know where that came from. We discovered that bite all the way out there at Indian Tom Lake. So, oh man, that was on a vacation when we went swimming with the papa, and suddenly blood came out of his back. That's when I knew something was wrong. He was also really tired, and he wasn't feeling good. I didn't know why. He had really thick hair, and I could not see. And it wasn't bleeding, so it had scabbed over very, very quickly. And then when I saw the blood coming out after I put water over him from Indian Tom Lake, that's when we had to inspect him. Paul had to shave him around there, and then we saw that deep bite, and Paul thought it was the dog of friends that we had, but that dog was not biting. That dog was playing with him. The dog did not bite him. So that only looked like it. I know for sure this must have happened in here, so I said we can't allow this to happen anymore. We need to clear this. We need to trim this here so that the mama animals don't go in here and have babies, and then that puts our dog at risk. So our dog comes first. Okay. Always. So, and then the mama animals left, and they took their babies with them, and they went downhill from here past our fence, but that's still our property, but that goes down in the slope, and that's better for them. That's safer for everyone. Yeah, that's the story of the papa going under the deep hanging brush, and then you have to cut into your brush to make sure that your dog is safe. Yeah, that's very, very important. So, okay, I had to clear all of this here. I piled all of this up. This is all from the Douglas, this entire pile. And here's the Douglas. It got uprooted even and fell over like that. So, and then I put the wire wine on there, that big fat man of wire wine, and that works really well as that is my self-made launch chair, and it is amazing. I absolutely love it. I absolutely totally love it. So sun is going down, the battery is also going down. I can't make the video too long, but I just wanted to make a nice cozy garden video, and it's so nice here, the energy. And I planted 2 spearmint plants that we picked ourselves. Paul picked those with the roots, and I thought, oh, we gotta put them into the soil over there and under that brush there. And I dug them in there, and they are doing very well, even though this is fairly shaded, but they're doing pretty well there. And then then Paul had 4 more with the roots from that same area near the ocean, near lagoon. And we put those 4 into a pot, into one of those 5-gallon buckets that has holes underneath. Paul put the holes in there so that we can put potting soil in it and put into one of those oil change retainer things that we used to get at the Dollar Tree store for $1 each when it was still $1. And so these things, they turned out to work very well. And the 5-gallon buckets are very, very practical for growing any kind of plant in. Very, very good. Very super. I highly recommend that. So just drill holes in the bottom and put it, if possible, into some kind of retainer, oil change retainers are very, very good for that. The bucket fits right in there, and that will soak up, that will collect excess water, and that can even rise all the way to the rim of that oil change container. And then when the plant needs more water, it will suck the water back into the soil through the holes, and so that gives the plant a sustained release of water, which is very, very good to have, But I always water the plants anyway, so I still have to water the plants. The avocado tree is there now. I can't show now because of the license plate, but I freed the avocado tree yesterday from the ivy that had already grown into the wire cage that we had to put around the avocado tree, because the deer, they come and they like to eat avocado tree leaves, and they have to eat, They don't know that is someone's plant and that they want to grow avocados. They don't understand all of this. They just see the avocado tree and they want to eat that. They want to eat the rosies. So you have to, in a rural area, you have to put wire cages around your plants to protect them from the deer, but let the deer eat all the other stuff. Let the deer graze and eat the dandelion and the daisies and these amazing yellow flowers. I don't know what they're called. They smell so good. And the grass and the clover and all of that amazing stuff that grows here. Okay, so they eat all of that, and they need to eat all of that. It's very important for them. So when we have apples, I share apples with the deer, and they like us. They feel safe here. Now they don't feel so safe anymore since we have the baby dog. They usually don't come to our property. Sometimes they do, but the baby dog will chase them back out. But that's okay, So I love deer. I love all living beings. I feed them. So I'm always happy to see any wild animal. I talk to them. So when we go back to the other house, I will bring the avocado tree that grew from a seed in the compost. All of the avocado trees. We had, I don't know how many, 50 avocado trees that grew from the seed. But this is like in nature, most of them don't make it through the winter. Most of them don't make it through being eaten by deer. The deer come and they eat the completely new sapling of the avocado tree or avocado sapling that comes out. 1%. I have to recharge my battery now. So I will make more videos later. Take care.